Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno. Welcome along to episode 36 of the Greeno Tour. This is my FM21 European journeyman where I can only manage teams that I have seen play live or been to their stadium. If you're enjoying the series so far and not yet subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button, hit your notification so you don't miss out any episodes coming up. It's all exciting stuff at the moment. As you can see today, we're off to Old Trafford again. Since we were together last, the transfer window has closed and we've had a few ins and outs. All of the outs are loan players, so players that you might have seen a little bit of, like Minoga, like Mario Jorge, one of the young Portuguese lads. They've gone out to get some first team experience. They're not going to get any game time for us this season. We've brought in 3 players on permanent deals ourselves. John Mosquera, he is an 18-year-old Colombian, under 20 international. I don't think it'll be long before he's a full international, to be honest. He's a full-back, fairly ambitious personality, and I think he looks all right. Look at his physicals for an 18-year-old kid. Pretty incredible. His mentals are superb as well. Some of his technicals need a little bit of work, but marking, tackling, pretty useful. I think a little bit more focus on the attacking side of his game, he'll turn into a real player for us. We brought in a centre-half, Mattia Vitti. He has come in, I think, from Parma. Yeah, Parma. Again, good, solid player. Physical's decent. Mental's decent. Technical's in the areas that he needs them to be. So he's a starting player for us straight away. And Tyler Roberts has come in. Now, he was playing for Nottingham Forest, who got relegated last season. And I was a little bit worried that Aaron Ikeda, the Argentinian striker that we brought in over the summer, he needed someone to share the workload with him, and I think we've got someone who's going to be an absolute star for us. So he can play out wide, so we can always use Ikeda up front and him out wide. But up top, as an advanced forward, this is where I think I'm going to like this guy best. Again, great physicals, decent pace and acceleration. Dribbling and finishing and first touch, decent. Nothing really spectacular, but I think he's good enough to get us goals at this level. So the last game we saw together was our first league game against Wolves, and you'll remember we got beat 2-0 and I was predicting we were going to be in for a long, hard season. But things have slowly been improving since then. So we then took on West Brom, who are a championship side in the Carabao Cup. We went a goal down, but Ikeda came up with a couple of goals and we won 2-1. We then travelled to Leeds, and again, to be honest, we were battered in, but our defence held firm and we came away with a 0-0 draw. We played a bit better against Bournemouth. It was more of an even game. Another 0-0 draw. The defence doing pretty well. Exeter, Carabao Cup, rotated team, 4-0 win, all very standard. But then the two most exciting results. We played Arsenal at home, beat them 2-1. Now, if we take a little look at the match stats, I think you'll agree we were somewhat fortunate to come away with a win here. They had 26 shots, although only 4 on target. XG of over 2.5. Ours was below 1, and we beat them 2-1. We were fortunate they had a player sent off right at the end, and we pinched a goal in injury time. We then travelled to Everton and beat them 3-0. Now again, on the face of it, what a great result. Take a little look at the stats here. We had 3 shots on target all game. Scored all 3 of them. So yeah, a bit of a mare there for the Everton keeper. Again, fortunate they went down to 10 men, and we could capitalise on that and get a couple more goals. So overall, things are looking good. Let's go and have a look at the league table. Well, as you can see, those results have us flying reasonably high, up in 8th place in the table at the moment. We actually have a game in hand on a lot of the teams around us, although that is today's game away at Manchester United. So we're not going to count our chickens with that one. But we're a bit like a swan, I think. We're kind of looking pretty good on top of the water, but underneath we are scrabbling around. So if we take a look at some of the stats here, you'll see what I'm getting at. So, in the attacking side, if we look at our XG, for example. So, Arsenal's 14.77. Ours down here, 2.85. That's not great, is it? If we look at clear-cut chances created, Arsenal have created 10. We have created 1. Shots for. Yeah, you don't see us anywhere near the top again, do you? Only 27 out of our 5 games. Tottenham and Aston Villa are the next at 49. Shots on target. Yeah, 14 compared to some of the top guys in the high 40s. So we're struggling a little bit going forwards, although obviously we're being fairly clinical when we do get into those positions. The defence is where we're actually doing pretty well, I think. So if we look at our expected goals against, if I can find that, there we are. So only 6.81. When you consider that, I mean, that's 14th out of everyone. So that's kind of top 6 form compared to a lot of the teams around us. Pretty happy with that. If we then look at shots against, now we've conceded 81 shots, which puts us fairly low down the table. But then if you look at our shots against on target, it's only 20. So obviously we're keeping people at a distance or having to take pot shots, or they're just not getting into clear-cut opportunities. And so defence has obviously helped us get into that position we're in now. So we're off to Old Trafford today to face Manchester United, a very difficult task. All 3 of those new signings I talked about are in the starting 11 today. Young John Mosquera is going to play at right back. Hickey moves over to left back. The reason that Mosquera is in today, Barrington Brown is a Man United player on loan, so we can't use him today. So we've had to swap things around a little bit there. Roberts is going to play up front. He scored 2 in his first game for us, so hoping for more of the same today. And Viti has come in to part of Kumetio at the back. It's a pretty solid looking lineup for us, I think. I've dropped it to full-backs rather than wing-backs just to give us a little bit more structure and protection at the back. I think we're going to need it today. Let's get into the game and find out. We'll take a look at that United side. I think that's pretty much enough to scare anybody, let alone Luton Town. Yeah, we're really up against it when we're playing against Haaland and SMS and Rashford and Greenwood and all of those kind of guys, Van der Beek. It's going to be a long, tough day for us, I think. But we'll give it our best. We're in our away strip here with the dark blue shirts and the orange shorts and socks. And we've gone 2 minutes without conceding, so that is something right from the start. I'll take that. I'm not really expecting us to offer an awful lot as an attacking force today, to be honest. We are set up with a fairly cautious formation. Of course, getting the ball off of United is half the battle. Oh, Haaland scores. There we are. 7th minute. Beaten at the near post there. That's disappointing for the keeper. Didn't take long, did it? Some pretty nice football there. A good ball here from Van der Beek. A great run from Haaland. Outpaces our defence. And yeah, the keeper's pretty much at fault there for getting beaten at his near post, isn't he? Should never have left a gap that big. So, 1-0 United. But then, in saying that we're in for a long, tough day, I thought that against Arsenal. And whilst the stats suggest that that was the case, we did come away with a win. So you never know. I'm not that hopeful now, though. That's Haaland's second of the afternoon after 16 minutes. Oh, VT is on a yellow card as well. That's a problem. We might have to offer some ease off tackle instructions to him. I think it's time for a shout. We need to demand more. Come on, boys. Let's not go down without a fight, shall we? Get to register a shot. I mean, possession 44%, or gone down to 42%. I mean, that's not disastrous up here. But we could do with offering something a little bit. That's dropped us down to 9th in the table as things stand. Oh, I thought it was going to be an opportunity for a really long-range effort there, but it was rejected by Aarons. And have we got a chance to build something ourselves here? Here goes Tyler Roberts. Back to Hickey. Zavaios, the young Peruvian defensive midfielder. Out to Mahoney. A little spell of possession here for us. There's Roberts. Oh, good effort. Well, that was a bit better from us, wasn't it? At least we had an opportunity. Here come United again, though. Here's Greenwood on the ball. Crossed in, Rashford. Oh, SMS, what a hit. So that's 3-0, and we're only 34 minutes into the game. Do I drop even more defensive and try and protect the goal difference? I don't think so. And we've got to try and offer something a little bit, haven't we? Maybe we'll give it till half-time and see what happens. If we can hold out without conceding any more, that would be a bonus. Just a few minutes to go. Hopefully United will take their foot off the gas a little bit in the second half. We'll see. Oh, that's given away, though. Rashford. Obviously got a lot of pace about him, but we get in and win the ball. That's good. O'Leary boots it long, but to nobody in particular. So here come United again. To Alaba. Goodness me, there's star names absolutely everywhere in this United side, aren't there? Here's Aarons. Pulls it back. Van der Beek. That's a 4th for United. Goodness me, we are going to be on the end of an absolute battering this afternoon by the looks of it. I was having a look at the financial stats before the game too, particularly the wage budgets. So I think Man City have got the top wage budget in the division at £247 million a year. It goes all the way down to Aston Villa in 19th place on 66 million a year, and we've got 22. So our budget is a third of the 19th other budget in the league. So that kind of gives an indication of what we're up against here. Anyway, into the dressing room. I mean, goodness me, we've got to give them a bit of a rocket, haven't we? Show me something else in the second half, maybe. That's motivated a few of the boys. Come on, let's get out and see what we can do. Maybe we'll nudge it up to balanced, see if we can get a little bit more going forwards without compromising too much at the back. As you can see from the match stats, though, they've had 16 shots, we've had 1. I mean, that we're going to see quite a lot of that this season, I think, and what we really need is a better performance from our defence than we've had today, as we've seen in some of the previous games. If we're going to stay in this league, that's what needs to happen, I think. So, throw in here for United in their defensive third. Moving forwards with the ball, though. Passing it around quite nicely. We win it, but give it straight back. There's Van der Beek. Haaland. We're getting in with some decent tackles there, but not retaining possession. The movement from this United side is just causing all kinds of confusion by the looks of it. Oh, and there's a penalty given away. Oh, no. That's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be given, isn't it? Goodness me. Why would you need to go and look at that? He's absolutely... Well, not sliced him in half, but he's definitely bundled him over. That's for sure. And I imagine this is going to be Haaland to take this. There we go. Penalty awarded. Haaland steps up. Makes no mistake, and that's 5-0 after 65 minutes. Haaland's hat-trick. If you remember, we played them in the, was it the FA Cup or the League Cup last season? I think it was the FA Cup, and Haaland caused us all sorts of trouble that day. Doing exactly the same today. So, I think we ought to make a couple of changes. I'll be back in a moment. So I actually made 3 substitutions. Zhang Likun came off, and Panzu has come on. I've taken off both the wide players who were having absolute stinkers, and brought on Shenton and Santos just to give them some minutes. Santos was making a half-decent run there, but unfortunately lost the ball. Here come United again. Another long ball over the top. Here's Haaland. Is he in for his 4th? He is. Oh, my goodness. 6-0, and we've still got about 20 minutes left to go. Okay. Well, I think we're just going to have to see this out. I don't see there's a great deal more I can really do. I mean, they're just that much better than us, aren't they? They've just got quality absolutely everywhere. And we can't live with it. And here comes another opportunity. I'm just hoping the morale doesn't take too much of a hit due to this. Obviously, we've got important games coming up. Here's Shenton. Can he do anything with the ball here? No, he's lost it. Oh, not another one. Was he offside there? I think he might have been. Yeah, I think it's been given. Thank goodness for that. A goal review. Offside. There we go. Good. But again, the keeper beating it is near post. That was Not even marginal, was it? Okay, 15 minutes to go. We've still not had anything more than that one shot that we saw earlier in the game. Another horrible XG performance. It's not looking good. It looks like United have taken their foot off the gas for the last 15 minutes or so. And with a bit of luck, this will just play out. Oh no, one more opportunity here for them. Oh, good claim by the keeper. Can we build something here going forwards? What are we going to do? Just hoof it long. There we go. Oh, good challenge, Santos, but he doesn't win the ball, unfortunately. Aarons picks it up. Is this going to be one last opportunity for United to add to the 6 they've already got? No, well in Shenton. Making a good movement down the right-hand side. Finds Dewsbury Hall. Zevallos. Back to Kumetio. So we're playing some fairly nice football at times, but then we get caught out like that. And United are just so efficient going forwards, and it doesn't help when your centre-half makes an error like that and just passes the ball to Haaland a couple of yards out. Jesus. You can see here, he could have just hoofed this out. Hoof it out. What are you doing, man? Oh, Viti. Okay. 7-0. Wow. Well, there we are. I mean, I did predict we were in for a tough day, but I didn't quite expect it to be that tough. So our next league game, we're looking to put that horrible result against Manchester United behind us. We are at home to Aston Villa, who are actually below us in the table currently. They're one of the teams that came up with us last season. A few changes to the side today. So Barrington Brown is available again for selection, having been ineligible for the United game. So he comes in at left back. We move Hickey to right back, and Mosquera moves down to the bench. Unfortunately, Zevallos, our young Peruvian deep-lying midfielder, picked up an injury in training this week. So young Harvey Squires comes in for him in midfield. Opportunity to see him in a game. Apart from that, it's pretty much what you'd expect, I think. Let's get into the game. So here's our lineup and shape today, which we've already discussed. It's a decent enough team for us, I think. Shame Zevallos is out, but it'd be good to see his replacement in action. Similar-ish kind of lineup from Villa there. So as you can see, results over the last week have pushed us down to 14th. That defeat against United, plus everyone else has played an extra game. We're playing on Monday night, so everyone's played over the weekend. Hopefully, we can put in a much better performance today against Villa. I'm not expecting Villa to be as strong as United were, or they're still a decent side, though. You can see here some decent names, even from their sort of Premier League team at the moment. Grealish, McGinn, Konza. This Uzuo was a goalkeeper I tried to sign over the summer, but he chose to go to Villa instead. It looks like Villa have got the first opportunity here. Tipped over by O'Leary. It's going to be a corner for them. Grealish to take. You'd expect some fairly good set-piece delivery from him, and he didn't disappoint there. Good ball into the back post. In midweek, we actually had a Carabao Cup game. We played against Newcastle United, who are also a Premier League team. Let's just see this corner out, hopefully. Here goes Mahoney. Charging down the left. Can he beat his man? He gets a good cross in. And Dewsbury Hall finishes. Excellent. There's a bit of pinball in the box there, but it finally fell to Dewsbury Hall, and that's a very calm finish. And that puts us 1-0 up. Mahoney's a player who I just can't seem to oust him from the team. I had a training report recently which described him as a leading League One player. But he just seems to have something about him that means I don't drop him. Anyway, back to the Newcastle game. We had to make a few changes. Tyler Roberts up front was cup-tied. He'd obviously played in an earlier round for Forest, so we had to stick Glatzel up front. And we did make a couple of changes due to tiredness and what have you. But we came out 1-0 winners in that game. A fairly late goal from Glatzel playing up front. So happy with that. Happy to get through to the next round of the Cup. And we've been drawn against Gillingham, who are 21st in League One. So hopefully that gives us a good opportunity to get a little deeper into the competition. I think we're at the last 16 stage right now. So that's pretty good. So yet again, this is a game where if you look at the stats, we're pretty much on the wrong end of it. I mean, look at the possession here from Villa. This is a home game for us. Only 2 shots, 1 on target, but we are winning. So I think we're going to tell them there's still room for improvement here. And we'll try and get a little bit more motivation into the guys. And we'll send them out for the second half and see if we can get a little bit more in terms of being an attacking side anyway. I don't know why our possession is so low today. It's something we're normally pretty good with. But it looks like we're being bossed a bit in that department by Villa. Here comes Reiss Nelson coming way off his flank, right to the other flank. Into Mahoney, finds Zhang Likun, and that's a nice finish. And so that's 2-0. So, as I've said many times in this series already, the stats are all well and good, but there's only one that really matters, and that's up here in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It says Luton 2, Villa 0. Good ball there by Mahoney. Finds Zhang Likun in a little pocket of space on the edge of the box, and that's a really tidy finish. So Zhang Likun is actually our vice-captain this season. We promoted him, and as Tom Lockyer is actually the team captain and doesn't seem to be playing many games, the 19-year-old Australian is actually captaining us on the pitch. So, when we're a fairly young outfit, I mean, most of the time, all of our back 3 are 23 years, or back 4, sorry, are 23 years and under. So, yeah, plenty to get excited about for the future. So, as we can see here, some tiredness starting to kick in. Time for some changes. I'll be back in a moment. 2 substitutions made. We brought Mpanzu on for Squires in that holding midfield role, and Santos came on for Reiss Nelson. No real change in the shape. Here goes Tyler Roberts, though. We haven't seen much of him today. Oh, he clips the bar with that effort. And so we've got some really tired legs here now, so I think we're going to have to make one more change, aren't we? Let's have a little look. So Zhang Likun and Dewsbury Hall are both knackered. We do have Shenton, who can play in that Matsala role. So let's get him on for Zhang Likun. And see if we can see out this last 10 minutes without too much incident. It'd be great to have another 3 points on the board, wouldn't it? I know it's early days, but I think the position in the league is pretty good for morale wherever you are. So we're heading into stoppage time now. Yet again, the possession stats, the shots, the on target are against us, the XG. But we have come out as 2-0 winners. Well, as you can see, that result puts us back up to 8th again. Obviously, positions change fairly easily this early in the season, but to be up there in the top half with 6 or 7 games on the board, I think is a pretty good start for us. We're already 7 points clear of the relegation zone, so I'm happy with that. In terms of where we're going to come back, I would imagine somewhere around about this little spell here. We've got Liverpool, Tottenham and Man City 3 games in a row. That's a tough little run, isn't it? So we'll probably come back somewhere around there, depending on what works out best. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was definitely a game of 2 halves, wasn't it? The Man United game, an absolute thumping, but back on form again with a win against Villa. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a like on there for me and help me get seen by more people. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as a whole, I would love to see them below. And don't forget, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, come and hop on the Greenobus. There is plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action with Luton Town. Bye for now.